Good morning, everybody. Okay, give me a second. Let me close some of the stuff and let me launch a poll. Okay, as welcome to today's webinar. So as people are streaming in right now, so please help me fill up if you are the first timer coming in. So I'll just tell you a bit more of what we do. We do this daily webinar where Jin will be walking you through his thoughts and ideas on specific currency each day. So Monday we'll be talking about the Aussie and Kiwi, Tuesday on the Euro, Wednesday on Pound, Thursday, we'll be talking about the yen and gold. And Friday, we are talking about the CAD and oil. And recently, we have add in Bitcoin as well. So please help me fill up this poll to let us see that if you are first time attending. So let me take a look. Yeah, I saw there's a couple of you first time attending here. So welcome to the webinar. So today is Friday. Jin will be speaking about this CAD, oil, and Bitcoin. So this webinar is going to be very beneficial, especially for those long-term investor and also short-term traders. So during this session, Jin will be going through what could move prices, possible trade ideas, highlighting potential targets and risks. So disclaimer. Any information shared during this session, right, is not intended to be trade recommendation. So it's solely the opinion and the views of the speaker. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. So I'm Kenneth here. I've known Jin, I think, for a couple of years, about 4 to 5 years as for now. So first, as a student, I learned from him how to do the FX trading. Then after that, slowly I progressed into a coach and now a business partner with him in Forex Briefcase. So Jin runs LCMS Traders and Forex Briefcase, a trading coach and also a $1 million trader, which is managing at about 9 million AUM right now. So what this means that he trades and also invited to speak on many stages globally. So in fact, one of the reasons that you might be here is because you have seen him presenting in some of the events or have attended one of his course previously. So while we're just about to get started, let me launch another poll. To let us know where did you know about us and how did you get on this webinar. So without further ado, let me hand over to Jin to talk about today's analysis.
Thanks for that, Kenneth. So today is Friday. We are not on Facebook Live, so you do not have to go onto Forex Trading Asia and click like and share. I spare you that one task to do. I don't know why it's not on. It doesn't want to load on Facebook Live. So benefit to everyone here who's attending. I do hope that you will keep turning up and attending all the other sessions as well. So today is Friday. We will be looking at the US CAD. Kenneth, I didn't tell Kenneth, but I will not be looking at oil, not looking at WTI. We will be looking at Bitcoin and maybe anything else. If you put it in the chat, if you want me to look through or analyze as well, and we'll do some recap about what happened during the week and also what's coming up next week. A quick shout out to my buddy over there in Jakarta, Thomas. I see you driving. Please drive safe. I know it is important to watch this currency call every day, but it is recorded on YouTube. I know Jin will put up the link there as well. So if you do miss this call, as important as it is, you can always watch it on YouTube as well. What? So with that said, let's get started. No, we're not going to look at Bitcoin first. Actually, let's do that, right? So Bitcoin, I'm using TradingView here. Bitcoin, that straight line, dotted line down that I had was 7th of August, was last week when we spoke about Bitcoin. At that point, I said that it was probably going to come down. I'll zoom in a little bit. come down, retest this 10,000 level, and then possibly go higher. It did that within the next day, right? So you can see that tail down, hit 10,000, and then went straight up. I'm trying to zoom in. There you go. Right, so you can see that tail there came down, hit straight back up, broke above 11,000. Right now it's at 11,599. It looks like it could get to 12,000, so I'll put in that line there on 12. All right. Oh, wait, not that line. Wait, that line. So at about 12,000 there. So, you know, it, with everything considered, it does look like Bitcoin will continue climbing up towards 12,000 and possibly higher. But same thing, if it does go to 12, it will probably come back down very quickly before shooting back up again. So, you know, if you're going to be looking at buying into some Bitcoins, you know, I wouldn't be buying right now. I'll be looking for that move up, the quick retracement back down. So buy when it dips, buy on dips for it to go any higher again. Very, very technical reasons when you're trading into cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies lack a little bit of that fundamental reason. So, you know, if you're looking into cryptos, look into very technical reasons, support levels, resistance levels, or you can look at it as demand and supply zones as well. And I think it's quite straightforward, you know, based on the price actions, you can see how it's moving. So look for it to get to 12,000 before it could come straight back down and then higher again. Okay, so got Bitcoin out of the way, quite straightforward. Let's look at, I know some of you are already on Traders Club, but we just had some, you know, really good information shared here on Traders Club. If you're not already on Traders Club, go onto Facebook, search LCMS Traders Club, and click join. It is $49 a month to join, or $199 a year, right? $199 a year, that's less than $1 a day. A lot of you are sitting there, you know, you turn up to the currency call every day. I know that you're getting into some good trades. I know this has been beneficial to you, but you still have not joined yet. You know, if you take your trading with any ounce of seriousness, you need to get onto this for several reasons. One of them being we have that Traders Challenge competition, $2,000 cash prize every month, right? So not only are you trading and making money, you join the competition, you actually make an extra 2,000 US dollars every month. So make sure you join onto that challenge. Those of you on the Telegram channel, you get the signals in Telegram, but you get them here first on LCMS Traders Club, telling you what to buy, what to sell, when to get into a trade, when to get out of a trade. We're looking at Euro US, a lot of trades yesterday. Euro US buying at 1.1760, stop loss levels, take profit levels, telling you the reasons behind why we're getting into a trade, right? The trend, the support, resistance, the indicators, the reasons behind why we're getting into a trade, and then whether to get out at take profit levels 1, 2, or 3, right? So a lot of times you're being left to decide what to do. In this point, we're actually telling you, guiding you through the whole process, when to get off a trade, when to hold, when to, if it hits stop loss, we'll tell you it hits stop loss as well. Not all trades are going to make money, but we've been seeing that signals are at about a 60-70% profitability. So get in early, get in your trades early, okay? Not only do we send out signals here, we also teach you how to trade better, right? What we mean by teaching you how to trade better, we have a weekly live call where every Monday we'll go through either introducing you to people in my network, how to build sources of income through property. We have a person speaking about gold coming up soon, some crypto experts coming up to speak about that as well. So all those different avenues of income that you can look to explore, or I will be guiding you as a group on how to trade better identifying trade ideas immediately so that you can jump into, for example, in a night we found 100 over pips, right? Imagine being on that call, getting 100 pips in that night. Would that make a good boost to your overall trading account? Okay. Not only those, we also have tutorials, every coaching sessions every Wednesday night, guiding you through different things about trading, trends, support, resistance, indicators. Just this week we had engulfing chart patterns or candlestick patterns as well. We have a whole series of coaching sessions to guide you through and make your trades better, get your trading better. Okay, so it's all there, LCMS Traders Club. If you're not already in the club, you have to join. You have to join. Make sure you click now and join. Okay, so with that said, let's look at Forex Factory. Forex Factory today, we just had some Aussie news. You haven't seen the Aussie move too much. More importantly, tonight at 8:30, we have the US retail sales number. Okay, this is going to possibly move the market quite a bit. US retail sales number was 7.5, expected to be 2%. Core retail sales was 7.3, expected to be 1.3. So you're expecting, well, analysts are expecting still a good number, a positive number coming from the US, but significantly worse than previous month. Okay, if it's worse than previous month, we are possibly going to see some weakness to the US dollar. And with retail sales at 2%, core retail at 1.3, for me, my view is it looks very close to that level where it could even come out negative, right? It could come out at zero. It could come out at minus a minus number. And if we do see it come out at 0, well, 1%, 0%, or even a minus number, we are going to see significant US dollar weakness coming out. All right, but that's the big if we see that number. Most likely, we're going to see a weaker number. We're going to see maybe a 1.5% kind of retail sales number, and some US dollar weakness. We are coming into the end of the week. Volumes might be a little bit lower, but we are possibly going to see some US dollar weakness coming through tonight. Okay, because we're at the end of the week, let's look at what's in store next week. Well, Monday, nothing much. You can see nothing much happening there. Tuesday, nothing much as well. We have some housing building permits from the US coming out. We probably look to see on Monday what that number, what the expectation is going to be. That could give us a bit of an insight into what's likely to happen for the US dollar or the US economy there. Wednesday, we have OPEC numbers coming out. Not too keen. I don't think there's going to be a big surprise there. Thursday, ECB news, ADP numbers. And then on Friday, we have PMI numbers coming from Euro. So you can see that next week, in terms of news, it's not going to be super exciting. Nothing really going to shock the market too much. Not a lot of big red news items for next week. So it's possibly going to be a resumption of trend. It's possibly going to be that resumption of trend, but not massive trend. It's possibly going to resume, a bit of dollar weakness, but also with a bit of a consolidation in place. Okay, so I don't think that there are going to be huge amounts of trades coming out next week. It's possibly more likely that you're going to sit and wait a lot. You're going to put in positions, let it play out into the medium and longer term. You should have been making your profits last week and this week, and then have a break, have somewhat of a break next week. Okay, so why I say that, a little bit of an ulterior motive there is because those of you who are already on a MEM account or on a managed account, check your accounts. I think you're almost close to 5% returns this month already. So next week, if the markets are not going to be moving too much, nothing to stress about because you already made that return early in the month already. Okay, so I think the guys will put the link for the managed account. If any of you who are not already on Forex Briefcase managed account, click, find out more, make sure you get on board. Okay, so with that said, let's look at the charts. Okay, so looking at the charts here, we have the US CAD on the H4 time frame. The last time I spoke about it, I said it was, if I'm not wrong, I said it was sitting at the 1.3344 level. At that point, it looks like it could really be any upward or downward direction. That's why we have two lines going up. And what happened was it broke below 1.3344 quite nicely towards this. Don't want to jump to a trade right now, towards this 1.3220 level. Okay, at this point, I'll put this line just to make it a bit easier to see. At this point, it looks like it's settled at this somewhat of an interim support level, possibly going to bounce back up. Okay, but for that to bounce back up, we're possibly going to need to see some US dollar recovery. Okay, Canadian is not going to come up with major surprises. We have manufacturing sales coming out tonight as well, at 16%. Previous was 10, so we might see some Canadian strength. Hey, that could pull it a bit lower, but at this support level, I think it might be quite a nice exploratory trade. If you have the profit margin to take a little bit of risk, right, you could be looking at a at about a 40-50 pip stop loss for a possible 100 pip take profit. Okay, it's not going to be heavily driven by any triggers, with the expectation that we might see some US dollar weakness. We think that it might come down, but looking at it, if you want to take a bit of a risk upwards on the US CAD, look for it. Maybe it could bounce off this 1.32 level, 40 pips stop loss, a good 100 pip take profit, back towards the 1.3344 level. Okay, so for the US CAD, that would be what I'm looking for. Can it go any lower? It could. If it does break below this 1.32 level, again, a good 50-60 pip stop loss for maybe a 180 pip take profit. I think 180 is a little bit optimistic, too ambitious there, right? So let's not try to be too ambitious. You have an interim level at about 1.3 as well. So going back to the H4 time frame, you could be looking, if it breaks below, you could be looking at about 100 pip take profit, 50 pip stop loss. So you could be looking at a 50 pip stop loss for 100 pip take profit, or about 150 pip take profit as well. Risk reward ratio of 1:2 or even 3. Okay, so again, US CAD at this support level, my tendency will be to risk it a little bit, see whether there's an upside, but be ready to jump into a downside trade as well if that happens. Okay, if you have any questions, please put it in the chat. I know that Daniel has been hammering away with the summaries. I don't see any questions so far. Okay, I see KK asking about S&P index. KK, I'll do the S&P into the Traders Club because that one goes into a little bit more detail. So we probably have to put in a bit more time into that. So I'll put that into the Traders Club. S&P, it is hitting a very, why I say I'll do it later is because it is hitting quite a critical level. It's reaching quite a high level right now. So we could see massive moves coming out from the S&P. So watch out for that. Okay, so with that said, Jason asking about Aussie Yen. Hey, Jason, go check out Kenneth's view of Aussie Yen on his Facebook Live he did yesterday. But based on what Kenneth said, just to give you a quick recap on what Kenneth said, he said that if it breaks below 76.3, possible downside move, I agree entirely. My number is a little bit higher. I had 76.4. So, it's for me, it's broken that level right now. This is on H1 time frame. You could even be looking at that about, 20 to 40 pip stop, take profit, 20 pip stop to 40 pip take profit. That could be a trade you're looking at. But as the same as what Kenneth said, Aussie yen is not a cross that I trade actively. So this is really just based on what we see right now at this point. Kenneth, do you agree?
Yes, totally agree. Yep.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So I want to do a quick recap of the Euro US here. We spoke about Euro US early in the week. I'll zoom in a little bit here. We said that at that point it was possibly going to come down towards, and I have not changed any of these lines, it's possibly going to come down towards this level before shooting up. It did exactly that. Came down, looks like it retested this 1.1691 level before we said that it could be looking at that 50 pip stop loss to a good 150 pip take profit. It didn't get to 150, but it got to about 120, right? So if any of you jumped into that Euro trade, please let me know, right? Put it in the comments, put it in the chat, or send me a note so that I know that you're actually jumping into trades like that. I have been telling Chinwei that I need to be even more careful with how I draw my lines, because that two-way move, we're not just identifying trades in one direction. We're telling you that, hey, it's going to come down before going back up, guiding you the best part to get into those trades. Fantastic swing, midway, Sunil midway as well. Awesome. At least you're all making money. Good stuff. At least you're making money. Good, good, good. All right. So on that note, I'm happy that everyone's making money based on the currency calls. I'm happy that I have a new mic and I think you're all hearing me a lot louder, a lot sharper right now. Next week, we are approaching our 100th currency call video that we have done every day free for the last few months. We are going to be announcing something special, something exciting. Do make sure you, and I'm not going to tell you whether I'm going to announce it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Make sure you turn up for those sessions. We will be telling you about that when I tell you about that. Okay. So in the meantime, tonight, trade safe, trade well. Possibly not a lot of trades to do. Have a great weekend. Kenneth, you can take it back.
Yeah, great session, Jin. Thanks for the sharing. So as we are coming close to this session, let me launch a final poll and let me know what did you think about this webinar. So, okay, by the way, a recording of this video will be being uploaded in this LCMS YouTube channel. So, thanks all for joining in the session today. Please help me vote for the review question as to give us a more feedback to see what you all think about, especially for today where we made a few changes. So before you leave, just click before you leave the webinar. So I think we are still having, I think maybe 5 to 6 more people. Yeah, please currently help us vote. Then I'll see you guys on Monday. So Monday 11 a.m. we'll be talking about the Aussie and Kiwi. So looking forward to see you guys again on Monday morning. Bye.